I don't know where he's originally from. Huh. From... We're just gonna say that he's originally from, like, Sweden. Originally from Sweden. Someone who doesn't look Swedish at all, and probably has never been to Sweden since then. Turns out he was born test tube baby, okay? Guy was put in a test tube, turned back into a baby. And then, luckily, Sweden infused him with all of the Kusogr4nde elements. I'm not going to go into those, okay? It gets a little gross when we do that. All of the Kusogr4nde elements pumped into his little test tube baby form. Bam! Out popped Mikuyama. Mikuyama coming all the way from Sweden as a test tube baby. Come chat with me. Hello there, Mike.
I didn't know all this lore about myself. First my lonely journey, and then this.
It's strange, Mike. You've lived a very strange life. Like, I didn't know you were Swedish.
I didn't know I was Swedish either.
Well,
apparently they didn't really infuse me with a Swedish accent. I have a very American accent.
Yeah, they ignored that when they were doing the test tube stuff. Okay, well, Mike, what do we have here? This is a recurring nightmare, right?
Yes. So I was originally trying to focus on Andy's two favorite things, which was Portuguese and the Master System, but that ended up not working out. So I went with a Kuso classic.
Oh, yeah.
It's what I would call a sloth and gun. And that is a game that is, well, let's just say it's called Sloth and Gun for a reason, and it's Toki going apespit.
What a great title. Yeah, I was guessing that some people in chat would have guessed it. This is a game that we've had a couple times on Kusogr4nde before. It's definitely a classic, and simply put, Mike, I know that this game has multiple settings and multiple difficulties. What difficulty are we doing?
There is only one difficulty, hardest.
In fact, the difficulty is called hardest.
Yes, exactly. And some people are saying that this game isn't too bad. I would say that if you are talking about the stupid easy NES version, sure. If you're talking about the arcade version, sure. It's a decent arcade game. It's not even that bad until you put this game in hardest, and you will see why pretty much immediately upon entering the game.
Yeah,
One thing that I did do when telling the players about the settings, I did actually set it to maximum extends. They get extends every 7,000 points. They have maximum continues, which is 7, and maximum lives, which is 9. So it's very unlikely that they will permanently game over. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm doing this out of mercy. This just means that this gives them a chance to actually make progress in the game.
Yeah, this game is... I know that people are defending the game. Just wait. Hardest difficulty is a whole different shebang when it comes to everything. The fact that they included a difficulty like this, I think, is hilarious. Like, I know of very few games that are this difficult when it comes to a blind playthrough.
Yeah. I remember the first time I beat this, I definitely didn't beat it on my first couple of attempts, and it took me hours when I actually beat this for the first time. It's a very long game. There is no chance that the players will be able to beat this game within an hour.
No, not at all.
Even if this was an endurance match, there would be no chance that the players would be able to beat it within 2 hours, honestly.
Yeah, we did this for an endurance match once, and yeah, nobody made it anywhere close. I believe Cadus was one of the players for that one. Sorry, Cadus.
You weren't really that sorry, though.
Oh, no, 0% sorry, you know?
The ironic sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, as I said before, in the last Kusogr4nde this is in, Toki, it's the gift that keeps on taking, and I will stand by that statement.
I think you should. It's genuinely an extremely difficult game, and I would definitely argue is bad. Despite the haters in the chat. All you haters. Yeah. Go ahead and send me your DMs and Twitter telling me how much you hate it. And then I'll block you. Block your face. Yeah. Maybe even carve your face into a block. How do you like that, huh? I don't know how they like that, Mike. It's fine, though. Oh my gosh, this game brings back so many memories. I believe that we played this on one of the GDQ bonus streams, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's kind of how this meme or legend was born. It was the SGDQ 2012 bonus stream. We bought a bunch of games from Fun Unlimited, and one of them that I bought was Toki.
Oh yeah.
It was the final game of the stream, and basically it was like, and I was, and I'm always like, oh, you got to play the hardest difficulty. So of course I put in hardest, and it was akin to playing a survival horror game mixed with Kaizo.
Okay.
Oh, and just FYI, since you've seen in the demo, you know a game is good when the fastest and best levels are the water levels.
Yeah, how is it that the water levels are the best?
I don't know.
I don't know. We're going to be having them start on the settings screen, I believe. It looks like NPC has one of the settings wrong. Yep, NPC almost gave himself a giant handicap right there. There we go. As far as I can see, everything looks correct and is looking beautiful. Okay. Also, thank you, NPC, for changing your name in Discord. That certainly helps.
And changing his avatar.
Yeah, now we can't really tell the difference between the two players. It's okay. I think we are ready to roll. Everybody get all of your monkey emotes together. Is there anything else that will feature predominantly? If you have any spikes, trust me, you'll see a lot of spikes, and you'll see a lot of crying over spikes.
Fire, spit, because Toki's always spitting, and anything slow like a snail or a sloth.
Spam away! Spam all your snails, sloths, monkeys, and spikes. Ooh, those are good sloths. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I see the Smite fans. Ooh, the Pokemon... Twitch Plays Pokemon fans. I like that too. Okay, and it looks like both players are starting the game. Okay, Mike. Let's talk a little bit about Toki. So, what are people going to see?
This walking speed the entire game, except in the water levels. So some people will say, well, there are these shoes that speed you up and make you jump higher. Those are completely removed in the hardest difficulty. They just do not exist.
Yeah.
That's why I call this my favorite sloth and gun. You will see enemies that take an onerous amount of hits. Like, even the weakest enemies still take at least 3 or 4 hits. And you will see a lot of dying and a lot of trolling.
Yeah, as soon as we see ghosts appear, they're going to be dying extremely quickly. So, another thing about the hardest difficulty is that enemies that would not normally show up until, like, I don't know, World 5 or 6 in the base game show up in the first stages. It's
Oh, and the other thing you're going to see is a complete lack of checkpoints. If you die in a stage, you restart the entire stage.
Oh, also complete lack of HP.
Yeah. if you're wondering why the settings are so forgiving, this is why, because you're going to see a lot of dying. And if for any chance
NPC,
NPC was so lucky he didn't die there.
Well,
but...
no.
but the ghosts. So yeah, the ghosts, the best way to deal with them is to memorize where they spawn and then just try to shoot them immediately. Even if they're floating around, it's not too bad because their spears are not a very wide hitbox. I want to say they're actually only a 1 pixel wide hitbox, but if you like start to jump around or go down to different levels vertically, they will follow you and they will be very hard to deal with.
Yeah, the ghosts are some of the worst enemies to figure out to begin with. And honestly, you know, I know that the first several times this has been played in basically anywhere, you said this turned into a puzzle platformer as it went on, and I would agree with it.
Oh yeah, the later stages, like, you have to basically figure out solutions to what happens in the game. That starts happening around World 4. I don't know if we'll see World 4. In the last time we had this game, it was an endurance match. We did get up to World 4, but these are really good players, so we could see World 4. I am confident we will see World 3, which has the water stages, which means we will see the fastest and probably best stages in the games. Because you know a game's good when when the water stages are the best. And yes, those plants are very trolly and they climb up to kill you.
Oh yeah. No, this game I 100% agree with when it comes to Andy and NPC. Why? Both are experts when it comes to platformers, but neither of them are really too experienced when it comes to the Genesis. In addition, this game is incredibly difficult, probably a difficulty that neither of the players is quite used to. Like, I don't know, they're both extremely good, but this game pulls no punches.
Yeah.
Or it pulls all the punches. Maybe... which one is it, Mike? No punches or all of them?
I don't know. I mean, pulling punches is a bit of a weird term because if you're pulling the punch, then you're kind of more hitting yourself. So maybe they are pulling all the punches because they're complete masochists playing this game and just hitting themselves over and over.
Maybe it's just groin kicks. That's what this game is.
Groin kicks?
Yeah, constant groin kicks.
All right, so 4 minutes in, we're not really... they haven't really made that much more progress than you've seen in the beginning.
Not surprising.
But you can see that they're slowly learning the spawns and slowly learning how to deal with enemies. So we will see progress in the first level. It is worth noting that each stage or each world has 3 levels and then the boss.
Also, with some of these enemies, the one that you just saw on NPC screen, for example, the one that jumps horizontally, you cannot damage it while it is flying through the air. So you have to figure out when enemies can be hit in certain cases.
They can actually be hit when they're flying through the air. It's the dragons that can't be hit as they're spewing the fireballs.
Maybe I'm just dumb. Maybe... I feel like they...
But they are super fast, and if they're going at a very bad and fast angle, it is very hard to kill them in time.
Okay, Andy took the ghost down. That is incredibly helpful. I feel like Andy is going to make a little bit of progress here due to that.
NPC is actually pretty close to the end of the stage. It's playing it very slowly, which is a very smart move, and
wow,
NPC is the first one to be 1-1. This is a very good thing because basically levels are your checkpoints. So that is a very discernible amount of progress. However, Andy, always a strong player, and he's pretty far in stage 1. So he'll probably also catch up pretty soon.
Now, people are noticing that there are fruits dropping down and such. There will be basically very few power-ups in this game. The fruit give you points.
But points are still useful because they give you extents.
Yes. Simply put, you want as many extra lives as possible. Right now, you know, NPC has 8, Andy has 5. Both are on to level 1-2, though. NPC's a little farther simply because he got there first. They're both learning that NPC did say this because this is something that he heard or, you know,
heard about the game is that taking it very slowly, and I would agree with that advice.
I mean, you don't really have a choice.
Exactly, there is no choice because it is a sloth and gun, but.
Now, NPC, it does have a double shot weapon here, sort of a Fester's Quest style thing, but it actually goes through walls, which helps. Or sort of.
Yeah, I can sometimes like get around walls and stuff. Yeah, so NPC's on the final bit of this level. It's very trolly because of that plant.
Oh my gosh!
That plant's a very accomplished climber.
Oh, that's so good.
Yes, Team Murdoch, this game does have continues. I let them have the max amount of continues with just 7. So it's unlikely that the players will game over. This is kind of crucial because we do want to see them make progress and have it be a close match.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Andy was right there as well, but unfortunately died. I fully expected both players to die right towards the end.
Yeah, that is a gigantic troll right there.
It's basically a puzzle section, and if you mess up the puzzle, you die.
Exactly. The way you handle it is that you basically jump right next to the spike, and then I can't remember if you head left. I think you head left to kind of dodge the plant and then shoot it before it hits you.
I mean, of course, Mike. I love that it requires a blind jump. Like, that's what makes this level awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Gordo. Sometimes you will be required to make a leap of faith.
Oh, good. Honestly, I think Gordo's better than Toki.
Yeah, probably. One thing that I will say about this game that is somewhat forgiving is that the fireball hitboxes, you might have seen occasionally that looked like they hit Andy or NPC.
Yeah.
The fireball hitboxes are very small. I want to say they might just be like 1 or 2 pixels. Okay, NPC kind of has the right idea, but he went too far and jumped right into the spike.
What a video game. Andy going for the jump, manages to get it. Duck under the fireball.
Gets into 1-3.
Very nice.
Yeah, so 1-3 is mostly about patience more than anything.
Now remember, everybody, this was 1-2 that you just saw that requires that much maneuvering.
Yeah, and if you're like, wow, you know, this game's taking a long time, there must not be that many levels. Oh no, there's plenty of levels.
Oh yeah.
There's 9 stages.
Yeah, we're not seeing the full game. No
Exactly.
way.
Andy, fortunate that the ghost wasn't low enough to hit him. And Andy has the giant spit, which is a very powerful weapon. Oh, Andy was fortunate that he jumped right on the nub there, because that nub can actually kill you if you walk over it.
Uh-oh.
I'm talking about the flamethrower nub, but yeah. Basically, Andy kind of has the right strat here. He wants to make as much progress as possible while having this weapon, because it's so much better than the default spit.
I'm taking a look at the company that made this, by the way, Tad Corporation, because they only made like 5 games in the 80s and 90s, and then came back to do the Toki remastered, which I still need to play sometime.
The Toki remaster I thought was made by French developers.
I mean, maybe they just got credited for it because they made the original.
Moth. That is 9 stages with 3 acts each and a boss in each stage.
By the way, the programming lead for Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was one of the programmers for this game.
Oh, NPC! NPC! No!
Oh my gosh!
NPC almost had the right idea.
Oh, poor NPC. Only teardrops. That's all I've got. Andy is onto the boss, by the way. Yep. Stark's machine. We're going to see a few deaths, I bet.
Yeah. So the easy part is taking care of the heads on the left. The difficult part is taking care of the heads on the right. And I think Andy was too slow. Because, yeah.
Yeah.
And you might be like, oh, well, he can just jump over those flames. The way the flames are patterned, you actually have to take care of the heads quickly enough, because if you jump over one, then another will just hit you.
Oh, yeah.
So what you have to do is you have to crouch walk under the boss. And when you crouch walk, your vertical hitbox shrinks, but your horizontal hitbox extends by a lot. Toki has a big butt.
It's true. And that's not a bad feature per se, you know?
No.
It's just a realistic feature. Andy's gonna have a little fun working on this.
And even though NPC is 2 stages behind, he can still definitely catch up, because there will just be stages that will wall the players.
Uh-huh.
And I think NPC will make it through in this attempt because he has the right idea. Or not the right idea.
Maybe. Oh,
Oh, no.
spike on the butt. That's not what you want to see.
No. And Andy is taking care of the first boss.
Very nice, Andy. Making a solid amount of progress. You know, I'm not too surprised that Andy is having a really good push. NPC oftentimes takes a little bit longer early on in the matches, but then it has a really strong performance later on. So, this can completely be made up later on.
I have beaten this game, T Murdoch. It was about 6 years ago since I've last beat it. So my knowledge is a little bit rusty. And
so
Tristan just came in the chat and said, "Oh God, no," which is the correct response to Toki, especially since they were the other person to play the game in the endurance round.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. The composer for Daytona, USA was one of the sound people for this game.
So you might think that fish only exist in the water, but fish also exist in the air, and you don't want them to escape like that.
Oh yeah.
Because they move that fast in the water, but you also move faster in the water. In the air, they move just as fast as they do in the water, but you're Toki.
Oh, the spiders are so bad in this.
Yes, they are. They are very mean. And the thing is, the more you hit them, the faster they start spewing out flames. So you have to take care of them as quickly as possible.
Yeah, basically. Okay, Andy just exploring a little bit, seeing if there's any food or any Juju. By the way,
And
Juju is his name in the Japanese version.
It's Juju Densetsu, or Legend of Juju. And NPC is on 1-3.
Very nice.
I think NPC will make fairly quick progress through this stage, because he is playing patiently. So I don't think he'll have too much trouble with 1-3 like he did with 1-2. It's not as trolly as 1-2.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't be too surprised. Considering you also get a really good upgrade with this ball that NPC just picked up, that will be an incredible help.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's waiting for the flames, which actually have a really skinny hitbox, so he could have passed by, but he doesn't know that. He's playing carefully, which makes sense.
Well,
But unfortunately, the ghost got him anyway.
not the ghost.
And self-destruct system, there were more speedrunners for this game back in like 2013, 2014. Because what kind of happened is that a bunch of speedrunners started playing this game a bunch, including Adam AK and Shrimp. Neither one is terribly active anymore, but
Yep.
they both speedran the hardest difficulty, and it was the opener for I think I want to say the 2013 ESA.
Something like that. Ooh, Andy gets to face
yeah.
his first demons.
Yeah,
The
so
demons
the
that-
demon monkeys are super evil and very difficult to deal with. To deal with this one, you want to do what Andy's doing. Just get the flames, kill it as fast as possible. The problem is you can't kill the demon monkey unless if it's not charging at you.
I thought it has to be swooping.
I think only when it's not charging at you you can hurt it. Oh no, you're right. It's only when it's charging at you. Because if it's not hurting the enemy, it goes ting 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 ting, and if it is hurting the enemy, it makes that kind of dull thwack sound. And NPC learned that the flamethrower nubs can hurt you.
That is so dumb. But at least that, every bit of knowledge is helpful.
Yeah.
By the way, one rough thing about having this demon be on a vertical scrolling level is that depending on how the screen is scrolled, the devil can get you a lot easier. Like, honestly, if you're closer to the top of the screen, then he has a much easier time at getting down and hitting you.
Your positioning matters a lot.
Oh, yeah.
When it comes to fighting those demon monkeys. And if you miss the demon monkeys this time, don't worry. The next level has at least 2 or 3 of them.
Oh, you're not going to run out of demon monkeys.
Oh, yeah.
Well.
That's one thing you won't run out in this game. Maybe you'll run out of patience, sanity, but
oh my gosh.
not demon monkeys.
This platforming is too good.
Yeah. I don't remember this being terribly difficult, but I don't know. Yeah, he's just doing it too early. Okay, so what you're supposed to do here, and Andy's just dead, is that you're supposed to be fast enough with the flames so you can take care of those heads.
Yeah, there's no way.
If you're too slow, you're just dead.
Yep, like we said, puzzle platformer, you just have to be able to figure it out. Yeah, and go fast. Yeah, it looks like essentially while they're against the wall, you cannot hurt them. If they are moving, you can hurt them.
Yeah.
That tends to be the case with this game, that when they are the most dangerous is when they are vulnerable.
Yep. Xexanoth, I know you said gotta go fast, but have you seen this game yet? Like, there's no going fast.
Gotta go at a reasonable pace.
Yeah, Andy's trying to do a bait strat. That's not gonna work. The flamethrower is just powerful enough to take care of them. Fortunately, enemies don't respawn, so he's good to pass through.
Yeah. Hey, NPC, getting to the first boss. Andy still has a pretty strong lead, but anything could change between now and the end of the match. Well, went the wrong way.
Yep. NPC is kind of taking this nice and slow.
Which is good. Andy took a little while on the boss. NPC, if you can figure it out relatively quickly, then that will be helpful. Luckily, you have a lot of time in this game.
Yeah, time is generally not a concern when playing this game.
Oh! Ow.
Yeah.
Well, that was the right
thought.
thought.
Yeah, if you kill the bottom one, you can duck under all the others, if I remember correctly.
I believe so, yeah.
Oh no, the demon monkey juked him.
You know, people do say that the timer is completely pointless, but I feel like in later levels it's not.
Yeah, so the later levels are so long that, especially if you're, going through them the first time and trying to play it patiently, you can actually run the risk of running low on time. It is definitely a factor in this game later on.
By the way, I did find the lore for this game straight from the manual.
It's not very long, if I remember correctly.
It's not too long. Yeah.
You're this Tarzan-like jungle guy named Juju or Toki, depending on which version you're talking about. A guy named Dr. Stark transforms you into this ape and steals your girlfriend, and you have to rescue your girlfriend. And Andy is on 2-3.
Very
2-3
nice.
is an immediate demon monkey that'll just be like, surprise, I am here.
Oh my gosh, NPC right idea just not working quite yet.
This is a dangerous strategy that Andy's doing. What you want to do is that you want to lead the monkey to the bottom, and then you kind of use crouch strats to
Help me!
to dodge the monkey's dives.
Oh, yeah. You know, Mike, you gave us a general synopsis of the story, and NPC just cheesed this?
Yeah, he did the same thing that Andy did.
Very
Jumped over the
nice.
flames.
I like it.
Yep. So this is definitely a good time for him to catch up, because Andy is not going to make quick progress through this stage anytime soon.
I love it. Well, Mike, here's the deal. You gave the basic story, but you didn't give us the whole setup of the human race to lead to the events of this game.
Wait,
So-
what?
Let me go ahead and tell you. In the year 2050, a movement began and grew steadily years after. A wave of people disgusted with lives dictated by clocks and schedules abandoned their homes and jobs and started over. They longed to experience the freedom and peace they felt nature had to offer. Civilized society came to a standstill and appeared ready to become part of history. To Dr. Andrew Stark, renowned genetic engineer, throwing away something that had taken thousands of years to build seemed a terrible waste. He was a successful man living a comfortable life. The idea of giving up all his material was scared and angered him. He would have none of it, and made public pleas to anybody who'd listen. Most people disregarded his cries, but one small group felt threatened by his persistence. They kidnapped him, took him deep into the mountains, and confined him in a cave. They kept watch over their prisoner for nearly a year. He showed no signs of resistance. Many thought him to be dead, and he was soon forgotten. So, yeah, that's the general story here so far.
So are you saying Dr. Stark might be the good guy?
You know what? He might be. That or Dr. Stark became evil. Yeah, it looks like Stark actually became evil after being kidnapped and put into a cave. So, time passed, conditions were harsh, and many people weren't able to survive the rigors of life without civilization. One who did was Wanda, stricken with an illness soon after her birth. She was found and nursed back to health by Toki, a young man born and raised in the wild. Wanda fell in love with him, and they became inseparable. But one day, as they enjoyed a gorgeous summer afternoon, the ground began to rumble and the sky grew dark. Almost out of nowhere, a structure rose and became visible above the mountains to the west. A palace!
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but NPC is just about... Oh,
No!
no!
Oh, no!
So what happened is that if you kill an enemy, they will not respond. If they just jump off the screen, they will definitely respawn if you scroll the screen hard enough. And that's exactly what NPC did. That does not feel good at all.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Andy has figured out how to deal with the Demon Ape. However, 2-3 is such a beast that it's going to take him a little while to deal with the rest of the stage.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
Continue on with your very accurate and serious lore.
Okay.
Toki.
A palace! There we go, we're getting to the palace. Before Toki knew what was happening, Wanda was whisked away by the evil hands of Dr. Stark. Toki then came face to face with the citizen scientist. Now all will suffer as long as I have for so long. See how this suits you, Stark ranted. Stark then cast a spell that transformed Toki into an ape. Frightened and confused, Toki began to collect his thoughts and realized that Wanda was doomed if no one helped her. And so he headed in the direction of Stark's palace. You can reunite Toki and Wanda by guiding Toki to the palace. Be warned, however, it's much easier said than done. So, yeah, basically this guy was like, hey, we had all of this genetic evolution, and people are like, well, we hate you, so we're going to put you in a cave. And then he decided to use his genetics to turn Toki into a monkey. That's how genetics works, Mike.
Yep. So, Andy's on the last Demon Ape. This Demon Ape is particularly hard to deal with because it will not be triggered until you actually jump on that platform. So yeah, your best bet is just try to walk past it like that.
Also,
So you can't actually get to this boss with the powered up spit. If you don't have the powered up spit, it's a bit more challenging. But Andy seems to be doing a pretty good job.
NPC is through 2-1, by the way. Oh
Nice.
no, watch out. Oh, well.
Yeah, monkey RNG is definitely intense here. Actually, I'm not sure if it's RNG, but anyway, there's a ton of monkeys, and they are quite hard to deal with right here.
Yeah, like, you can kill the monkeys, who are your brethren, sort of. Your genetic brethren.
And Andy's through, and he is
Very
going to
nice.
experience some of the best stage in the game because the water levels are actually the fastest levels in the game. Like, you are playing a game with actual speed. Experience the blast processing of the Genesis.
And actual music, too.
Yeah, exactly. I hope you enjoy this song because, you know, other than this and the bosses, you're going to get the same theme.
It's
Over and
really
over.
boring. Oh my gosh, the submarines. Yeah, Andy has a pretty dang good lead going into this, you know, almost a world ahead of NPC, not quite, but the water stages go fast, so even if NPC falls a little bit more behind, he will be able to catch up quickly as soon as he gets to the water stages, you know?
Yeah, Andy's already on 3-2. Although this stage is a bit more complicated than the last one. It's a bit mazy, and you kind of have to figure out the AI patterns of some of these fish. All right, NPC, can you do this? Okay, good. He doesn't try any tricky baits. He just kills the heads.
Good. This...
Problem is he has no flamethrower here, and that part is real rough without the flamethrower.
Yeah, like, it's doable, but honestly, enemies just really love to touch your face. He's got a big face, okay? He's like 50% face Toki. Well, okay, 30%. 30%.
Yeah, he's a third face. He does have a big face.
20% butt. And 50% beauty.
Ooh. I don't know. I mean, with a mug like that, I mean, you just have to calculate it to 100% beauty.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, the math works. So yeah, Andy's dealing with a fish.
Don't go right, NPC. Don't be fooled.
It looks like he already got up to 3-3, actually, which is really fortunate.
Oh my gosh, those fish. Andy, you're... Oh, Andy, how are you alive? Oh, he's not.
Well, he's not alive. That's how.
Oh, okay, that makes sense, Mike. Oh! Now, NPC just died to one of the guardian monkeys, which honestly is not surprising. One thing that the players may learn, though, is that if you duck, most of the time they are not going to be able to hit you as long as you are on the lowest level possible on the screen.
Yeah, Andy has already learned that, but you don't really learn that until either this, you know, the second or third, the second monkey of the stage, or in 2-3, where you pretty much have to learn it.
Yep. Oh my gosh, NPC almost had a fish to the face. Now...
Oh no, NPC, don't go up! Don't go up that way!
No, that's a ghost!
Actually, you can deal with that ghost if you know it's going to spawn, and then you can get another power-up and invincibility. So it's not necessarily a bad path to go, but you have to know that ghost is there.
Oh, yeah. Wait, so apparently in the lore, originally it was a sorcerer, but they changed it to a mad scientist for the US.
I won't lie, I prefer the name Bashtar.
I kind of like Bashtar.
Also, even though I said it was unlikely they were going to run out of continues, Andy's already used 3 continues. And it is halfway through the match. They do have 7 continues, so... But the thing is, the later stages just get harder and harder, so there is a greater than 0 chance that Andy could burn through all of his lives.
Wow.
Even with all of the extends that he gets. Alright. NPC trying to get those power-ups.
Nope, the ghost.
Yeah, still hasn't learned that just because something disappears off the screen doesn't mean it's not going to spawn there again.
Yep.
Which is a very important lesson to learn, because if you don't learn that lesson, you will die a lot. Well, you'll die a lot anyway, but you'll die a lot if you don't learn that lesson.
I love that there's a section in the manual after telling the story that's called, "What's the Story?" It says, after you turn the power on, take a look at the introduction. You see evil magical hands swoop down and take Wanda away. Poor Toki is transformed into an ape and must fight his way across the beast-infested land to rescue his sweetheart. Like, why do you need to say all that? It's literally what you see on the screen. Why are you telling us what we are going to see, especially since you already gave us the lore? I don't know.
So Andy's on the boss, and he has a spread shot, so he can actually take care of it really fast.
Oh, yeah. NPC, by the way, has invincibility right now.
Yeah,
How long does it last?
It lasts a long time, actually. I guess not long enough, because it just wore out.
But hey, the demon's dead.
Yeah. Oh, the fish, NPC, okay.
Oh,
that was
geez.
very lucky of NPC. So Andy is about to get to the first mega puzzle game, puzzle stage. It's not this stage, if I remember correctly. It's 4-2. And there's just this series of spikes and platforms that is just complete heck to navigate through.
Oh, yeah.
It would not shock me if Andy burned through an entire continue trying to learn that stage. Tristan knows the pain that I'm talking about, because right before this match ended, Tristan was just barely able to make it through 4-2.
And that was in a 2-hour match.
Exactly.
Like, I'm honestly shocked that... well, I guess I shouldn't be too shocked, because these two are both extremely good when it comes to platformers. Like, they're both making really solid progress.
Yeah, they're definitely both making good progress. The problem is Andy is 2 worlds ahead of NPC. I'm not going to say it's impossible to catch up, but it's definitely going to be really tough.
Yeah, luckily World 3 is a lot easier than World 2, so
yes.
Like I'm not going to say it's impossible. And NPC is through most of World 2. There are just a few mega trolls coming up.
Yeah.
Called the entire existence of this game.
Yeah. The entire existence of this game. Yep. That is the troll. Alright.
Very nice NPC, getting through some of the tough areas here, trying to kill the demon monkey. Okay, demon monkey is dead. Nobody likes.
I will say this: NPC definitely figured out the first demon monkey faster than Andy did. I want to say.
NPC learning how to walk while crawling. Very nice.
The hard way. Yeah. So those white monkeys aren't super threatening in theory, but they take a ton of hits. It is worth noting that you can actually jump in enemies' heads in this game.
Yeah.
Which can be helpful at times.
A lot of the enemies you can.
Okay. So
people in chat are bringing up an important question. Why can he spit this well? Is it because of genetics?
Sure.
Okay. Like, I'm just trying to understand.
Alright, so here's 4-2. This is going to be the stage that's going to require a lot of tries. And you will see why at the end of the stage. Because what goes on there is just not okay. It is just super not okay.
Oh, I'm so excited for that part. That's, like, it's illegal. Honestly, like, the FCC, if they want to actually like do anything in this country that helps society, it would be to play play Toki and ban it for this level.
Yeah.
Andy has not figured out the cheese to this specific section of the level, because you do not have to actually come down here and face the knight. You can just sort of crawl to the right.
Yeah, you can just walk to the right because those stairs aren't solid.
It's so dumb.
And it is really dumb. And the thing is, the weapon you get there is not that great. And it doesn't help that like a lot of the rocks there, will disappear if you stand on them. So hopefully NPC learns how to crouch walk this next time. He's getting close to where he was the last time.
Oh my gosh, Andy.
Okay. Oh, wow.
That was a little bit surprising that Andy lived.
Yeah.
These enemies take so many hits.
Exactly. Like, that's what makes them so obnoxious. They're like not difficult per se. They're pretty predictable. But they just take so many hits.
Okay, NPC still struggling a little bit on this level. Not a huge surprise, but yeah, he really needs to start making some solid progress and figuring out how to deal with these guard demon monkeys, because they're just kind of wrecking him, and standing on the moving platform is not doing him any favors.
Yeah, you don't want to stay in that platform because it'll sometimes raise higher than you were, and then that'll bump you up into the demon ape despite crouching. Yeah, the fact that NPCs moving around like this is not working in his favor.
Yeah.
So Andy's getting to the parts. The thing is, like, you're like, oh wow, this stage is really rough, you know, with all like the slow, you know, like monkeys that take a ton of hits and stuff like that.
Yep.
But that's not the bad part. And that's bad, but that's not the bad part.
Yeah. Agreed. There we go. Andy killing one of these guards.
Yep. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
And we're there. And he dies immediately.
Well.
So basically, it's just I guess the best way to describe it would just be a smorgasbord of bats, the little spinning spikes, and moving platforms that move up and down. And if you're like, what? Yeah, exactly.
I found a section of the manual. You'll no doubt have some tragic quote-unquote accidents while first learning to play this game. You will get better though. And when you do, you might even get your name on the high score screen. I love it. It's so good.
What encouragement.
Toki's tips. Enemies pop up unexpectedly. Be ready for anything. That's literally impossible. Can you be ready for like
ready for everything?
What if your grandma pops up? Like, what do? Do you shoot? Do you not? Do you spit on your grandma? She might deserve it.
And Andy just fell into the spikes and is starting to realize what he has to go through.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, for everyone who said that this was a good game before the match started, what do you think now?
They love it.
Absolutely. Of course. The Kadi being one of those early Toki adopters back in 2013 with all of the runners of the game.
NPC is almost through 2-3, by the way.
Yeah, he has to take care of this monkey.
You gotta duck. You gotta duck.
Oh,
he learned. He learned the duck.
Okay. He's fine. He just has to be very patient.
Don't rush it. Yeah, monkey time. Oh, I like this tip. When moving upward, be sure to shoot upward whether you see an enemy or not. as flying creatures can surprise you. I actually really agree with that tip. Oh,
Yeah.
Another tip for the cartridge: do not bend it, crush it, or submerge it in liquids.
I mean, they always have that warning like at the beginning of the manual. That's not really a gameplay tip.
I think for this game it is.
Fair enough. It's like, you will be tempted to do these things, but don't do it.
So, unfortunately, this game has no turbo, no auto fire. Every shot that you see is mashing, which makes it a little bit more difficult. Double KO for NPC, and that does not do it.
Yep. You actually have to get the clear and walk off the stage. NPC has not learned how to deal with the monkeys, unlike Andy. It's not RNG, unlike what I thought earlier. There's just the 3 high monkeys that are kind of hard to deal with. He just has to aim up once he's on the left edge of the screen. Or do that.
That works. Hey, the boss is down.
Hooray!
Very
So,
nice sounds,
I
Andy.
guess people have a point that this is a functional game, and the controls are good. Like, this game has good controls. That doesn't really forgive all of its really trollish level design and evil, but
Oh, yeah.
sure. I mean, I guess on a technical scale, it's not the worst game in Kusogr4nde.
No, it actually runs fairly smoothly. Like,
Yeah.
the controls work. They're slow, but they work.
NPC taking this nice and slow, which I agree with. These water stages are not long, but you still want to take them slowly and patiently. So here's the thing: even though NPC is significantly behind,
These levels
there
are
is
going to
a
go
chance.
fast.
Yeah, there is a chance he can catch up to Andy. The problem is that he will probably have just as much trouble as Andy if he reaches 4-2 on this platform bat spike heck thing.
NPC luckily has invincibility going through this section, which is extremely helpful because of everything that can just destroy you. And, you know, one hit, one death, and you go back to the beginning of the stage. It's definitely helpful to have a little invulnerability. My gosh, where's the fish? Oh my gosh, NPC managed to kill it. Oh, I was so stressed.
I mean, that's the Toki life. You're never safe. You're always in danger. It's similar to the super high glide life.
The super
There is no
high-glide
safety.
life. It's true. Like,
Except, at least in
everything-
this game, you don't have to eat. Although there are fruits, so maybe you're just always eating and it's not an issue.
Yeah, so
I
this
don't know
is-
how NPC killed that fish, but
that was cool.
he made it
I think
through.
he bounced it off of the moving
Yeah.
stompers on the left.
yeah, or the shots bounced off and hit the fish. Either way, he's through.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody use that before.
So-
Chad is asking if this is a joke.
I mean, hardest might as well be a joke. I mean,
It basically is.
yeah, exactly. It's basically a really sick, sadistic joke. Oh man. Oh no, NPCs like desynced all the fish, so they're like,
Yeah, it's death. Like, no shame in that, you know? No shame in
Yeah.
dying when you're a giant, ugly monkey. In fact, zookeepers might prefer that. They're like, well, okay, at least more people will come to the zoo now that the monkey's dead. He was really scaring the children. Okay. Andy taking on the knights who don't swing
Yeah.
their swords, they just shoot fireballs. I don't know.
yeah, they shoot. energy
Nothing makes
balls.
sense.
Okay, NPC is through the first wave of fish.
Woo.
All right, trying to see what's below him. The problem is there's gonna be more stuff spawning pretty soon.
Oh yeah, they're turtles.
Really
The
aware
baby
of that.
turtles are dead. Not the happiest moment in the
Well, maybe that's why
history.
you want the ugly monkey dead, so that people can look at the cute baby turtles.
Yeah, exactly. Stupid monkey. We came to see the turtles, ugly monkey.
Okay. Oh, Andy got real lucky there. Oh, is he gonna make it? He's really close to the end.
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Nope.
No. The problem is, if you don't like get the platforms in the cycle, then you have to wait more, and that just makes it even more dangerous.
Yeah, not really surprising.
Nope. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw him lose a whole continue here, and that does appear to be happening. Although he is making enough points to get extend, so.
Yeah, and that's actually really important. It's worth taking the time to get more points.
Yeah, because he has blown through 3 continues at this point, and even though it's unlikely he'll game over, you still don't want to perma game over, especially this late into the match.
Oh my gosh. Like, I would love to see Andy clear this level. I don't know if it's going to happen by the end of the match, though. Like, it's just brutal.
I mean, Tristan was able to clear it by the end of the match. That was
2 hours.
2-hour gauntlet. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure at least 20 minutes or a half hour of that was just this stage.
Yeah, that sounds about right. NPC might be getting to the boss soon. Just watch out for any trolls. Oh, good.
He doesn't have the spread shot, unlike Andy, so he might have a little more trouble dealing with this boss.
Yeah, it can be a little cruel, but I don't know. It might go fine. Oh, watch out! NPC.
Okay, he dodged the charge. He seems to have figured out the boss, so even if he doesn't kill it this time, he'll be able to get through it the next time.
Oh yeah, luckily it's going really well. The boomer is down.
Exactly. Okay, Boomer.
Okay, Boomer.
You're done. No. Sorry, we went there.
Yeah, for all you boomers in chat, we love you.
All right, so NPC's on 4-1. He's catching up.
Yeah, honestly.
I mean, we thought it was a slim chance, but here's the thing. 4-1 is not too bad.
Yep.
And Andy's really stuck on 4-2, which is honestly expected, but if NPC manages to figure it out faster than Andy does, he can take the lead.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm getting so stressed out. Yeah, Gen Xers, we don't even know you exist. Sorry. Sorry, Mike.
I'm not a Gen Xer.
Wait, what are you?
I'm an old millennial.
Wait, what year were you born?
1983.
Oh, I was born in 1985. I thought 85 was like the beginning and you're the tail end of the Gen X. But I guess not. Maybe I just don't know my generations.
I don't know. It always seems to change like every 6 months, so.
Yeah. Okay. NPC looking for secrets. There are no secrets to be found when it's hardest.
Less secrets and more potential trolls, but Toki's level design is so expertly designed that it will still defeat you even if you try to figure out the level design.
Oh yeah.
As the game just proved right then and there.
All right, Mike, I'll let you into my generation. You're welcome.
What? First time Swedish, and now I need Bro Sencha's permission to be a millennial.
Yep. Welcome to Kusogr4nde.
When did I sign up for this?
As soon as I met you, Mike.
Okay, fair. I guess that was the trade-off for me naming you.
Yeah, what the crap? I didn't even get to choose my own username on the internet. You're just like, yeah, your username dumb. We're gonna call you Bro Sencha.
It wasn't even, I just didn't know what it was, and I was like, oh well, I haven't heard from Sencha in a day or two. Bro Sencha.
No, whatever. I could feel the judgment from here.
Well, I think we're both feeling mutual judgment right now.
Good.
On that note, Andy felt some mutual judgment from the spikes.
Oh, those spikes. You know, if either of the players can figure that out, that will probably seal the victory.
Yeah.
Like, NPC's still a stage behind at this point, but very possible that he's going to catch up to Andy in the near
Yeah.
future.
He got pretty close to the end of the stage, so I think he'll beat it in another 1 or 2 tries. NPC has not figured out that you can crouch under the flames from the spikes, which is actually really bad.
Oh yeah, that makes it extremely difficult.
Yeah, exactly. NPC will have to figure it out fast. Because Andy has gotten close to where he needs to land, but basically the first person to land in front of that spike pillar, is pretty much going to take the victory here.
Yep.
But, to get to that spike pillar, you're going to have some awkward dates with these spinning spikes first.
Oh, NPC taking a
Oof.
giant bullet to the face.
Yeah, it is worth noting that this is a loser's bracket match. So, yes, I know NPC and Andy in the loser's bracket, but this has been a crazy Kusogr4nde bracket, and I love it. But whoever loses is, I would say going home, but they're already home, so they're just stuck with a Neil Breen DVD.
That's even worse than going home. Oh no. Wait, did Andy make it through? Yeah, 4-3.
Oh yeah, he made it through. I missed it, but he made it through.
He's running away from Neil Breen. Oh geez.
Okay.
Dying to flowers, but
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think NPC can catch up at this point. We're still gonna play out the match, but he would have to make it really quickly through 4-2, and that's just not gonna happen.
I always love seeing Andy versus NPC because you never know who is going to do better.
That's true.
I mean, NPC won the Kusogr4nde Invitational over on the GDQ channel, but Andy is in the lead at this point, and I think is going to be taking the victory. Oh, jeez.
And yeah, even though 4-3 is not as bad as 4-2, it's still not good.
Yeah.
Also, if I remember correctly, you can actually use that monkey to do a shortcut by jumping off of it.
Oh, yeah, you're
be
right.
wrong about that.
I'm not sure if it's that monkey or a later monkey. Oh, Andy actually almost found a shortcut right here.
No, this is actually required.
What? Are you
Yeah.
actually serious?
Yes, I'm actually serious. If it wasn't required, then why would there be these little platforms and stuff afterward? Oh no, Andy!
Oh, suplex by the monkey. Watch out, NPC! Oh my gosh!
Oh no!
Okay, I can breathe. NPC, you died, but you live on in your next life, I guess.
No, Dragon Hero. The devs of this game would not be connected to X-Men 2: The Clone Wars because this is a Japanese-developed game that is a Western-developed game.
Yep. We have just about 5 minutes left. While that is technically enough time to get through to where Andy is, I don't think it's going to happen.
No, I mean, NPC has really been struggling with 4-1 and 4-2. I mean, as much as Andy was blazing through this game, 4-2 took Andy at least 15 minutes or so. It took a while.
Oh, yeah. It's a troll of a stage.
Yeah, we might be able to see the boss of stage 4. I don't remember what the boss is like, though.
Hey, here it is. It's a fatty guy with an eye. Oh, its name is Eyesore. Oh, there goes Andy.
Residual Deviants, if I remember correctly, no one predicted Okami beating Andy, and therefore none of the brackets are 100% accurate.
Yeah, I for sure didn't predict that. Okami just came and, surprised everybody. Yeah, I'm sad that we're going to see somebody eliminated here. If I'm not mistaken, I actually had NPC to win the tournament.
Oh.
Yeah, guess what? That's not
Interesting.
likely at this point.
No, it's unfortunately not likely. It does look like Andy's even going to beat this boss, but that was really close. But he seems to have it down. The only problem is it's actually shockingly precise how far to the edge of the screen you have to be, because you can't be too far to the edge or else you won't be able to jump over eyesore. That, and it doesn't help that the spread is just completely random.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I'm not doing too bad in the bracket. I'm 8th place in my picks. 34 out of 93. I'll take it.
Nice. That's pretty good. If you're 8th place, top 10. Anyway, who's left in winners? I think Author Blue, Xandra, and Glitchwitch, since Pika Pals and Glitchwitch already had their gauntlet.
My gosh, we're close to the end.
We are.
Oh, NPC is right at the exit of 4-1. Ducking under the fireball. Good.
Hooray.
Gotta be careful.
And,
Gotta be careful.
Okay, good. He didn't jump. He didn't fall for the trap.
I probably would have jumped.
An NPC learned the secret of the stairs.
Heck yeah, that will help him boogie, but I think it's gonna be a little bit too late.
Yeah, it's too little too late, unfortunately. If he did this, like, maybe... Because if he made it through 4-1 in the same pace that Andy did, then he would have had a chance to at least catch up. But unfortunately, he would have to beat this stage, like, first or second try, and that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I will say this, he did figure out a nice shortcut in 4-2 that Andy never figured out. So that definitely helps in terms of progress. However, it does mean that he doesn't have any power-ups going through the stage, so it makes the white headphone monkeys...
I mean, yeah, that's what they
the
are.
albino headphone monkeys? Like, I don't know what you call them. Like, the Santa Claus
they're
headphone...
suits of armor. They're suits of armor. The monkeys are hiding in the armor, carrying a sword, and not using it because they're stupid monkeys who just spit.
Well, Andy does get through World 4, and World 5, as in any good platformer, is a theme level. And this theme is fire. 5-1 is actually really easy. It's really fast. It's just, you're constantly falling down like this. There's like maybe 1 or 2 enemies in the stage that can kill you, and that's about it. It's when you get to 5-2 that gets really evil.
Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. Andy through 5-1, on to 5-2. The river of lava. This is like Hades. Toki has to go through hell to save his girlfriend? No, he raised her. I don't think it's his girlfriend.
Adoptive daughter?
Sure, that sounds right.
And NPC is experiencing the spike area. He is taking it very slow, which is a smart move.
Oh, yeah.
But unfortunately, he gets batted because that's what happens.
And it is time, Mike. That is the match. Whew. Congratulations, Andy, for taking the victory today. NPC put up a good effort, but when these two go head-to-head, you never know who is going to come out on top. And today, it turned out to be Andy. Oh, Mike, this was an extremely fun watch. I'm really glad that we were able to see this far into the game on both screens. It was a little mind-boggling. That doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, I will say that both players made more progress than I thought they would. I thought they would either get to, like, the end of stage 3 or on the first stage of stage 4.
Hey, we have 2 Andys.
Which
I
one's the
know.
only one?
Uh-oh. I'm
Oh.
trying
There
to...
can only be one.
Wait, so which one moves on?
Exactly.
I do.
How do we
obviously.
know?
Andy moves on. Of
Oh,
course.
Andy. Andy moves on.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Well, this was an incredibly entertaining watch. I very much
Sure it was.
enjoyed it because, I don't know. You say sure it was?
Sure it was.
Well,
Okay.
one
What
of the
level was
things,
when I was stuck on for 15 minutes? Is it 4-2 or is it 4-3 or what?
4-2.
4-2. You were
That
stuck in
level was
4-2 for 15
terrible.
minutes.
Holy moly.
yeah, I just was skipping
Yeah.
through for two.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to experience a taste of that end part of 4-2.
I was
and
there
yeah,
for a long time.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's an incredibly rough level. Honestly, I'm trying to think. Last time we had this, I believe it was for an endurance match, 2
Correct.
hours, and Andy, you beat both of the players in an hour. Like, it just blew my mind. It blew my mind, and you did a fantastic job here, both of you.
And
Well,
NPC, you got pretty close because Tristan only made it to 4-3.
In 2 hours, yeah.
Oh, really?
Did Tristan do the over the roof strat for 4-3? Because it's like, oh, I can climb on this, can I? Can I climb over this?
Apparently,
Yeah.
that's required.
That's required? Oh, cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it looks like
If I remember
it's a
correctly,
cheat, but
it's required for at least the first jump. I could be wrong. It's been a long while since I've played the game, but I think it's actually required.
It was very...
Yeah, I was just
enjoy
being
it.
myself because there was one death where my controller slipped and I was really mad.
oh
But
no!
but that doesn't, that's not going to rectify the other stupid mistakes that didn't get me all the way to 5-2. So
I can't.
NPC, there was one thing that you seem to have trouble figuring out, and that is after you blow up the spikes, you can just crouch under the fireballs.
I wasn't thinking about crouching really.
Okay,
It
well,
makes a
Crouch.
huge difference in some cases, especially with the
Yeah.
diving monkeys, the
The
devil
dive-
monkeys.
yeah, the Satan monkeys.
They didn't really do... Oh, yeah, those guys. Yeah, those guys.
yeah,
The red arrow.
They didn't really do much. They only took about 20 of your lives, but other than that, they didn't.
Well, once I realized that they only go up to my head, I was like, oh, I just duck. The red arrows can't touch me if I'm ducking,
Oh yeah.
but they can only be hurt when they're sweeping. When they're doing the swoop. So it's like, well, I guess I shoot and then crouch. And then shoot and then crouch.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Like, honestly, this game on hardest is extremely difficult and, gets to the point in some cases where it's basically a puzzle platformer. Andy, there are worse levels ahead of you as well.
I believe it.
Yeah, it's...
yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure we hadn't even touched on what really makes this game difficult.
I mean,
But I'm not
4-2
going to
is
sit
pretty
around
awful.
and I'm not going to sit around and
4-2
play
is
it.
definitely the start of what makes the game really difficult.
Yeah, it's like incredibly difficult, and then 4-2 happens, and you're like, wow, the rest of the game was trivial.
Exactly.
True, it was. That's exactly how I felt. It's like, huh, this level is a big spike, and like all the spikes is at the end of the level. where
It's a
there's no
literal
checkpoints.
spike too.
Literal spikes. Actually, it was the bat that got me more than the spikes, but
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, while watching this, honestly, I've seen so many matches between you two, and I never really know what to expect, who is going to come out on top, who is going to take the victory, and who will not. And Andy, it's your lucky day. You do win this one.
hooray! I'm lucky.
Yay! Now he gets to have his revenge match against Okami.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That will be interesting to see. We'll have to see what you end up with. Cadis right now is asking what the call is for next weekend. I do not plan on traveling during that, but then again, it really depends on others' availability. If they're around, I'll be around. So, NPC, thank you so much. You are eliminated. Bam! Do you have any words for your tombstone?
Nobody can hire my feelings.
NPC did play through Last Alert for the first time yesterday, so
Oh yeah, it was super fun. It was
Oh my
super
gosh.
fun.
Oh, that makes me
Isn't
mad.
it like actually a good game just with some of the best voice acting ever?
With some of the most interesting MFVs and not that. With the cutscenes and voice acting, yeah, it is some special stuff.
Oh, baby. Yeah, so the next game for Andy is going to be from the category Celebrity Showdown, a game featuring celebrities, or
Oh, boy.
a celebrity of sorts. So it's super vague. Yeah, good luck.
Incoming.
So what you're saying is that there's going to be more RoboCop.
I
Or
mean,
Home Improvement, or something. I don't know, man.
or something, yeah. Or who knows? Maybe it'll be, I don't know. I don't even know what to say.
I'm anticipating watching and seeing the insanity.
Oh yeah. Well,
Oh yeah.
I think it is that time. I thought about doing a stream later after this match, but honestly, because of a pill I took, I'm super sleepy. I'm gonna go ahead and take a break. So
A well-earned break.
yeah, I'll probably be back on Tuesday. Nothing really is happening during Thanksgiving week for me except for grading and streams. So I'll try to be back on Tuesday at the very latest. Let's go raid somebody, unless you two have something else to say before we do that.
No, I'm good.
Waka waka waka!
Well, that was cool.
You said there was something I wanted to say, so I had to think of something off the fly, so that's what you get.
Oh, I'm impressed. Well, I see. Who can we go raid? Who can we go raid? You know what? Yagamoth is doing some solo character challenges right now for Final Fantasy V. Let's go raid him. Do we have a good raid message? Could be Waka Waka.
Waka waka.
Waka waka.
Waka Waka.
You know what you
Okay.
can do? Nobody can hire my feelings.
Yeah, you could raid with that if you want, but I'm raiding with Waka Waka.
Okie dokes.
Oh, thank you so much, and I will see you all later this week. Take care, Andy. Take care, Andy, too.
Bye.